Okay, boys and girls, we're back so we can finish part 2 of our robots, lines, and shapes. So we've got our drawing. I didn't completely finish drawing all the windows and things on mine. I could put some more tops to these buildings. You don't have to stay under that fold line. You could get really creative here and maybe do some other fun details. The more, the better on this project. The more lines, the more little windows. Here we can make some colored in, just little marks right there for skinny windows. Oh, I love making windows. I hope your hand doesn't get too tired filling in all of these details that make our artwork look so good. Make your lines really show up. You guys that want to finish super fast, you want to slow down and see if you can really add lots more to your picture. Color in some of your windows and some not. Maybe the lights aren't on in this window, but they are on that floor of the building. Okay? So now I want to add my robot. So here's what we need for this. Today, for that part, we need our colored paper. So here's what I like to do. I think a lot of you have gotten colored paper from me or from your teacher. And if you have, you want to find maybe 3 pieces, colors that you like, or any kind of colors you think would be cool for a robot. I'm just going to use yellow, green, and purple. I just pulled those out, but this is a whole big sheet of colored paper. So I'm going to use all 3 of these, but I'm going to stack these up really tight, make them line up really straight, and then I'm going to take my scissors and just cut off one end of my paper so that I'm not using this whole piece. I don't want to cut out a little shape right there. That'll ruin my paper. I'll have lots left if I just do this. I'm just going to cut right up the side, and I've got all 3 of these colors stacked together. Now you might want somebody at home, if you're working at home, somebody can help you do this. They could do it for you. Now I've got these 3 pieces. I can cut them in half, or I could save one for some other shapes. I think I'll just go ahead and cut it like this. Then I'll have a long piece and some square pieces. So now I have the colored paper I want to use. You might also just have some other colored paper scraps, and that works too. I've got some little pieces of red, and look, even a scrap like this might turn into something cool for your robot. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe. Okay, so we're going to set those aside. You're going to need your scissors. You're going to need your picture. And you'll need a glue stick. Now remember, when you use your glue stick, usually the top just pulls off. It just pulls off. You don't want to twist it a whole lot trying to get the top off. This twist part at the bottom, that turns it up. And we just want it to go a little ways up. That way it doesn't get smushed down and ruined. So we're going to use our glue stick that way. And we're not ready for that yet because we've got to get our robot designed. So I'm going to use my colored paper first. And if you're at school, you're going to get some pieces kind of like this. We don't want to just glue these down. That doesn't make a robot, does it? We've got to cut some shapes out. So I think I'm going to make his body purple. So I think I'll use a rectangle. Oh, that might look good. What if I change it up and put like a cut in there? Oh, this might be neat. I'm going to put a diagonal cut on both sides. Now, one thing that you can do is you could use a pencil and draw some of your shapes, but this part for me is going to be his body. And remember, I'm going to make my robot really big, and my city is small because the robot's taking over. So now I've got his body. Now, if I want to add maybe a head shape, I'm going to lay my piece of paper right there and look at it. I think I'm going to do a triangle. What if I did a triangle head? So you might want to draw yours first. You don't have to, but if you draw it, that might give you a chance to make sure it looks right. Okay, I think I'll do that. And I'm going to cut this one out. And what's fun is when I cut this out, I'll have some other shapes left over from this paper that I might use for something else. All right, I think I could put it like this or like this. Ooh, I kind of like that. Okay, that's going to be his face or his head or her head. You could make it a girl robot. Now I want some big, strong legs. I think I will use my green for that. So I'm going to cut, I just cut thick legs. He's got to have some strong legs. Your robot might have only one leg and a big wheel on the bottom or something. Who knows? I don't know what your robot's going to be like. Robots can be any way you want them to be. Now, I'm not gluing anything down yet because I want to make sure I'm going to move things around, make sure this is the way I want to go. What if I made his body this way? That's kind of cool too. Yeah, maybe I'll change it like that. Now I'm going to put some arms. Oh boy, he needs arms. I think I want to make wiggly arms. Now you might not want to try to cut in a wavy line, or maybe you want to draw a wavy line and cut it, but don't try to make anything too tiny. You don't want to draw little bitty bumpy lines. That'll be too hard for you to cut out. Anybody wouldn't want to cut out that. So we're going to make just a couple of curves. And here are his arms. Oh, I like this. Okay, now I have yellow arms and a yellow head, but that's okay. What if I use my little red scraps and make some eyes, and I'm going to make my eyes like a diamond shape. Ooh, that'll be cool. I'll put my eyes on the diamond shape when I draw more. So now I've got my pieces. So I'm just going to demonstrate what I do, and then we'll look at my finished one. But I need my glue stick now. Now remember, when you do it, pull the top off, screw it up just a little. When you glue things, you might want to grab a little scrap of paper somewhere. Here's a scrap. And put your piece on the scrap of paper. That way you're not getting your work area sticky, and everything getting sticky makes your artwork hard to finish. So I'm just putting my glue around the edges. You don't have to put a whole lot, just enough around the edges, and then go ahead and glue it down, because you know what's going to happen. It's going to get dry if I don't get it glued down. I am covering up some of my city that I drew. That's okay. It's going to make it look really good though. When I get everything glued down, it looks like he's really stomping along over the city. Okay. So that's a good way to glue. You can overlap your pieces. Maybe his body is down over those legs a little bit. So you can decide as you go how you want to finish this art. Sometimes I find that when I start making it, I get going and then I have a new idea. I have to change my plan from what I started with. All right, so you get the idea. I'm going to glue it down like this. Now, once I have everything glued down, and I'm not going to try to do this on the video right now, so you don't have to sit there and watch me draw and color all day. But I'll get it all glued down, and then I can use my drawing supply that I use, a crayon or a black pencil, and add the details that I want to add. Ooh, I'm going to give him 3 dots for eyes. And what if he had sort of like eyelashes in the middle one? And if I glued that down, there it is. Maybe there's a mouth that's sort of like the radio sound coming out, or antennas. Ooh, a zigzag line sending out radio waves. All right. You can add funny lines anywhere on your robot shape. Decorate him any way you want to. Does he have an on-off switch? Maybe so. Does he have bolts? Lots of little circles and details. Oh yeah. This is going to be so cool. I cannot wait to see what you guys make. It's going to be fun to look at all of our art when we're done. And I'll glue this down. Maybe you add little pinchers or something to his arms so that he can pick things up. Now, once you get it all glued down, then if there's anything else you want to add to your picture, maybe you do add some clouds, or maybe there is something flying through the air. I wouldn't add too much to the sky. We really want the robot to be the thing that shows up the most. You might want to put some wheels or some feet on him or her. And then when you're finished, you want to be sure and write your name somewhere along the bottom of your picture. I would put my name maybe right here, Mrs. Jeter. let's don't put our name in the middle of our picture right through here, because we want this to be all that we look at, our big picture, and then our name is down here like a fun surprise. So we've got our robot picture. Add lots of lines, a sun. Do you want to make a helicopter or something like that? You can add that to your art. Write your name, and then let's submit it to the Art Google Classroom. I'm so excited to see your creations, you guys, so be sure and show me in class or take a picture and put it on the Art Google Classroom. Way to go using lines and shapes. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.